Hey guys, welcome back to the Lived It podcast. I'm your host, Liv, and thank you for tuning in yet another Monday. We just love Mondays. I know I do. Um, I just want to start off by saying, like, this is a relationship based podcast. And when I do say relationship, that runs so deep. Your relationship with your spouse, your relationship with your family, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with God. We cover all kinds of things in this topic. So get ready for this roller coaster. I think we finally hit the mark where people could binge watch because I've been hearing a lot like, I like to watch my episodes all at once. I don't like to watch things week to week. I think I'm like, what, 7 episodes in? So like, let's start binge watching. Like, I'm ready. If you guys haven't already subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button because you're gonna love it here. Like, trust me. And like, share, comment, all that good stuff. I mean, you guys have all heard it before. Like, share, subscribe. Life. I feel like I hear that like ringing in my ears 24/7 just from like all the podcasts that I listen to, my podcast, and all the YouTube tutorials that I've been watching over like this whole quarantine process. Like, I think I'm a master at everything right now. But I just want to start off by saying, before I draw you guys along too far, last week we spoke about what's really the problem. What's really the problem in our relationship? What's the problem with why our generation of marriages aren't lasting, pretty much, was the last topic. And I wanted to have a conversation with you guys. I wanted to have a conversation with the audience. I wanted you guys to reach out to me. I decided, well, I didn't really decide, but I wanted to do a Facebook Live, which I put it out there that I was gonna do it, but I started to think about it. Like, you know what? Let me pause. If you don't have me on Facebook, go ahead and add me. It's Lavincia Sawyer. If you don't know how to spell it, it should be in my bio. I don't know why my mom gave me this difficult name. I'm like, Mommy, why you just couldn't name me Lauren or something? Like, all these extra syllables, but whatever. It is what it is. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate being here. But it's Lavincia Sawyer on Facebook. I originally wanted to do like a Facebook Live, but then I started to think, like, if I do the Facebook Live, people would be in the comments, kind of commenting, da da da. But I was like, you know what? Let's turn this up a notch. You guys already heard from me and heard my opinion and my reasons why I felt like our relationships in this generations weren't lasting. So I said, you know what? How about I bring some other people in? Because I did have several people that reached out to me like, yo, they gave me their opinion. They gave me what they thought was a problem. They was like, kind of like, yeah, I'm definitely ready. I want to have this conversation. I'm tuned in for this. And I just wanted to do you guys justice. So I'm like, you know what? You guys already heard from me. So let me put some people together from all different relationship statuses because I don't want to just appeal to my crowd. I want to appeal to everybody, and I want everybody to pretty much have a voice. So I put together a group of women, including myself, who I thought would be perfect. We're all from like different walks of life, all from different relationship current statuses currently. So I was like, this is gonna be so dope. Unfortunately, one of the guests had a death in the family, so she was unable to, for us to get together and get this episode up and running. So I had to make a choice. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Like, I have to choose between my viewers and my friend. Like, should I just replace her? Should I just do another episode? Like, guys, I was like sweating. I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, like how when Joss came swimming, he was like, dun dun. That's how I kind of felt at that moment. But you know what? I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to replace my friend because I definitely just know she's going to bring value to that episode. And she's just from a different walk of life from myself and all of my other viewers. And I'm like, you know what? I need her on. So me and her spoke or whatever. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to wait for you. We're going to hold off on this episode. So unfortunately, I don't have that episode for you guys today, but it will be available next week, Monday. And it's going to be so much fun. Like, I have so many, mastermind this whole thing, and I'm so excited to see how it's going to come together. And I know, I know it's going to be a blessing to so many of us, and just hearing everybody's different point of view, and it's going to be fun, trust me, because when we all get together, we always have fun. But yeah, so today, no, that episode won't be available. But I'm so excited to actually release it. I'm so excited. But just condolences to my friend and her family. For those of you who don't know, who aren't like, my Bahamian squad, because my Bahamian squad has been like really, really, really supporting me to the fullest. Like, I am so blessed to be from the Bahamas. I am like ecstatic. They have been like behind me from before the episodes even released, from I like started posting like I'm gonna do this. They were like, yes, we're ready for this. So shout out to my Bahamian squad. Like, I really do appreciate you guys. I appreciate all my viewers. But I know like my support genuinely from the beginning, from before there was even anything, comes from my Bahamian squad. So I just want to say, for those of you who don't know, a very, 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 very well known and just everything in a nutshell pastor, one of our pastors passed away, Pastor David Ellis, and he was just like everything that God embodied, like just in a person, like just loving, caring, understanding, stern, smart, intelligent. He was just like, he was the best. Like, I was like so stunned when he passed away, and I was like, oh my gosh. But like, I'm honestly, I rejoice, because from I knew him, he's been serving the Lord nonstop, and he's like very stern on what he does. He doesn't fake it. Like, he was the real deal. And like, God bless his soul, God bless his family. Like, I really do want to send my condolences to the entire family, because he was amazing. He was an amazing person. He was an amazing individual, and like, I honestly do mourn with you guys in this season. I just want to encourage everybody to just like keep in mind, God works in mysterious ways. I always say it. God works in mysterious ways. We may not understand everything at the time, but we tend to, as his creations, we tend to look back and we're like, huh. I mean, I know I do. I speak from my own experiences, but I remember when my stepfather passed. Like, he was everything to me, because I have a lot of, I've spoken before in my previous episodes. Like, my dad was pretty much non-existent in my life, and he spent some most parts of my early years in prison. And even after he got out, we still didn't really have a relationship, and I never felt like he put forth the effort to even try to build that. And my stepfather, he was amazing. I had a lot of father figures in my life, who I know loved me and everything, but like, he really made me feel like his own. He never made me feel any different. And I remember when he passed, like, I literally was questioning God, like, how could you do this to me? Like, my real biological father wasn't in my life, and here comes this man who steps up and takes me under his wing, and calls me every day, texts me every day, like, constantly. We're always together. Like, he shows us like he was my father, and I couldn't believe like God took him from me. And like, I questioned God, like, how could you do this to me? Like, and I remember in that season when he passed away, like, I was like numb. Like, I couldn't feel anything. I was barely eating. I was barely sleeping. Like, and it like eventually got so bad. Like, I was literally getting high to go to sleep, because like, I would go to sleep and I would wake up through the night after like an hour or two. Like, I would dream about him or whatever the case may be, but I wasn't sleeping for like days at a time. And I wasn't taking the time off of work, because I didn't want to be at home actually like sulking in the grief. So I'm like, no, I'm going to work to take my mind out of it. But like, it was just like, I was questioning God. I'm like, how could you do this to me? Why would you do this? Like, there are people out here who are killers, murderers, all these awful things, and here he is like taking on other people's children as if they're their own. And when other when fathers don't even want to raise their own kids, like I was like broken. Like I was distraught about it. And a few weeks into after his passing, like I could remember God saying to me, like, who are you to question whether I give life or I take life? Like, we are all on borrowed time. And it was like I finally seen the silver lining in my grief. It was like I became just so grateful, like he was here and he was on this earth, and I was able to like be in his presence, because I honestly cannot imagine like how my life would be like if he wasn't there to show me that love and affection. And you know, being a child of a absent father, you kind of long for that love from a father, that father figure or whatever. And like I said, I had many father figures, but like that was my father. Like he would tell people, "This is my daughter." Like if he started counting on his fingers how much children he had, I mean he didn't have that much, but he like I was always in that number or whatever. Me and my siblings, but God was like, we are all on borrowed time, and I just when I think back on him nowadays, it's not really with grief. Like I still miss him, and I still like want to talk to him, and I still want to see him again, but it's always like, you know what? I'm so grateful. Like when I think back, it's always happy memories. It's always good memories. Like I'm grateful that I was able to have him in my life for the period that I did have him in my life. I would rather have him for that period to not have him at all. So I hope that we can all keep this moment in consideration. Like, you know, it's hard. Like even like this year alone, from I feel like 2020 rolled in, like our island Bimini, like I felt like we've been hitting people have been dying like almost every month just from like random stuff. And it's like it's hard when you know someone that's dying every month. It's like it's depressing, in all honesty. But I just want to say, like, you know, rest in peace to all of our loved ones that we've lost this year. And even as Memorial Day is coming in, like, you know, rest in peace for those who've served for us. And I just want to encourage everybody to like just remember the good times, cherish the memories, like just thank God that they were actually here to begin with. Even if it wasn't for the entire time that you thought you would have for them, just thank God that they were here. And show love every day, like, cause tomorrow's not promised, and it's nothing like living in regret, like, you know, I wish I had shown love to this person at that time, or I wish I had said this, or I wish I had apologized. Like even like at the top of the year, or maybe the end of last year, like God had really led me to just apologize to people that I had offended out of words of anger. I do have a very bad temper. I'm not short patience, but like once I'm at that level, I'm like, you're dead to me. It is what it is. Like, and I do have a habit of writing people off after one mistake. I'm like, you're done to me. It is what it is. Like, forget you. And I feel like God has really been working on me with that aspect of my life. And at the end of last year, at the top of this year, God had led me to like just reach out to people who I had, you know, said or done things out of anger toward or whatever. So it was that was definitely lightning for me. Trust me, like him and I battled for this for weeks. I was like, I'm not doing that. I didn't do him anything. I didn't do her anything. Like, you want me to apologize? They should apologize to me. But like I had to realize like this is bigger than me. Like, you just have to daily just show love, give love, receive love, and show people you care about them while they're here, because tomorrow isn't promised. So I don't want to draw this on too long, because like I said, this wasn't an episode. I don't even know how I got into all of that, but this isn't an episode. But definitely tune in next week. I'm so excited. Like I've been masterminding this thing for quite a while, but after I did that episode last week, I wanted to have this conversation, and I wanted to give my viewers, I wanted to give you guys the best conversation I could give you, coming from every angles, every point of view. We are all different. It's literally 100% different. So I really hope we don't argue. I really hope we don't argue. I hope no one gets in their feelings. But I'm excited to have this conversation, and this is a much needed conversation. So don't forget, tune in next week. It's gonna be so much fun, and I will see you guys. I haven't even left yet, and I already don't want to leave. Like, I don't know what it is about being here in this space, but I love this podcast. This is like my little baby. I have 2 kids, but this is my baby. But tune in next week. Remember, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, because you're gonna love it here, trust me. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. I really don't want to go. I want to talk some more. I told you guys I like to talk.